Perfect. All right, let's dive right in. So, okay, I we submitted a form for people to kind of ask the questions, and we got a lot of good questions. So I'm gonna go over them, but before doing so, I'm gonna talk a little bit about profile review, and I'm gonna go over them because last week or on the day we did our call, I met Brock Johnson, who's like the Instagram growth coach. He's one of the few people I trust when it comes to giving advice on Instagram. And he also recently met with interview Adam Mosseri, who is the found no, the head of Instagram. So he definitely got a lot of insights on that. And if you guys have any questions, like you want to stop me, just raise your virtual hand underneath, and then we can go over and dive right in. So I'm going to send a request on sharing my screen, Colleen, and okay, I think this will work now. Okay, so all right, let's talk about Instagram profile. When it comes to your profile, right, the very first few things that I always tell people, this is what you got to do. There's no rule specifically, but everyone's in a different niche. But when people land on your page, you have like 3 to 5 seconds to tell people who you are, who you help, and what do you do. Okay, people need to know like if they are the right audience when they get to your page, and if you can help them. So it's called the like your Instagram bio. It's your elevator pitch basically. So when it comes to bio, first thing first, I would say like the top part, which is well, let's actually start from the handle. Your handle name can be niche related. I've seen some people just do like first and last name. That's fine. But ideally, I would say make it niche related if possible. If you haven't started an account, this is where I would recommend. But if you already have an account, I think when you change your handle name, it's like you can only change like once in a long while. So it's okay. And if you're already growing an audience, people are familiar with that handle name, just let it be. Next is your name and your title line, right? So name first and last name, title is what you want people to know you for. For example, mine's online marketing expert, or you can say like digital course creator, fitness coach, just that straightforward. So now it gets to the bio section, okay? The first line state who you help. So like just like as straightforward as you can. For me, I say I help ordering people online, okay? I help if you want to be more specific, I help mom to quit their job. I help corporate girly to fire their boss, things like that. Second line is your credibility, okay? Laid on from tag to multimillionaire online. And this is just you like people would decide if they want to reach out or like click your link to find out more about you after learning about your credibility. And then the third line here is your call to action line. I used to have it as click here to get my free training, which I'm like pointing down my link in bio here. Brock specifically said that that's his second favorite CTA. His first CTA is DM, the keyword, to get the free stuff. Because when you get people on your DM, you're able to basically take them into a leads. It's like almost guaranteed. Um, and then your link in bio. Okay, this is where I see so many people make the same mistakes. I didn't click on all of your link in bio, but your link in bio, I would say just give 2 links, okay? 4 links max. Because think about this, like social media, there's so much content out there, it's content overload. When people like your content, get to your account, and they're like, okay, let me learn more about Steffi. Okay, there's a free training I want to watch. When they click the link, if there are 20 links inside, like 20 offers, I have free book, free audio, my podcast, my favorite song, my checklist, like people when they feel like there's like 20 decisions they have to make, they feel overwhelmed. And when they're overwhelmed, your worst nightmare is going to happen, which they're just going to exit all at once and not even like get your free lead magnet, which which, lead magnet is like where we get them into our system, right? Just like what Nate taught in our last class, like this is the ascension, this is where you take people into your system. So the two links I recommend is lead magnet, your freebie, your free training, the opt-in page that take people into your ClickFunnels or your funnel free, your Go High Level, whatever system that you're using, but basically collect the email address. And the second link is your core offer. Okay, this can be your sales page, maybe the page to sign up your webinar, or maybe the free call to your coach. Okay, so that's the purpose of a link in bio. Just two links, that's it. But if you have other offers that you want to show off, just put them in your story highlights. Put them in these bubbles. Okay, talk about them. And the recommended story highlight, I would say it's number one, about me. Okay, and the about me, if you can, like make it on the far left. And the way to move it far left is you can just like add a picture in there and then delete it, and then it will be lined up on the far left. So
Do you have that?
Bubble for people to
do you have it? The vacuna symbol?
Let me ask if
You're not gonna get dementia. Your brain is like
can
freaking
you
brain.
mute Nilsa? Yeah, Nilsa, can everyone just mute yourselves and then you can unmute when you want to ask a question. Awesome, thank you. Sorry, Steffi.
No problem. So and one thing about your about me story highlight, this is where I recommend people. I've seen people just do like they talk about, there's like a video inside that tell people about me, like share your story, which is fine. But my recommendation is to post a series of pictures that tell people about your story, and maybe just like a quick caption, a quick text on screen to say, oh, this was me. I lost my job. I was a straight A student. And then I decided to start my online journey and my life transformed. Kind of the thing, because people can read as fast or as slow they like to be, and it's just a pictures and a quick text. But when you're telling a story, people barely will have that patience to like watch the entire story. Okay. I think recently Instagram just released a feature which people can hold on the side that can 2x the speed, which is great. Like sometimes that just show like how short of attention span people have on social media, right? It used to be the same as a goldfish, but now it's like shorter than a goldfish, human attention span. That was like a joke, but it's also like a scientific based proof. The other one is your result. If you are a fitness coach, you teach, you show people to get results. You can do like a before and after picture of your students, your personal result as well. Sometimes I feel like when you share too much of a result, people can't really relate with that. But if you can share other clients' wins, other students' results, that's when people will have the buy-in to it. And then when you share result, it can also be named as like testimonials. Either way works, but just make sure to include both your result and your clients / students testimonials. When you do share testimonials on stories, make sure you give like a background. I said this a lot, like don't just slap it on your story, which means like, oh, the transformation, like before and after, bam. Don't just do that picture. Give a little bit of background. Story converts, period. Like if you share, Jane Doe here lost 100 pounds. There was time that she wanted to give up. She actually, she has like 3 kids, 4 kids, and then we start seeing results, like things like that. Obviously, give a bit more feelings and share the transformation and how they're able to go through the process to get to where they are. Like that is more powerful instead of just a screenshot. Okay. Q&A is great because a lot of times, like people, when they just learn about your offer, your account, they would basically click through the story highlights to learn more about you. And sometimes they do not know what questions they may have. And if they've seen what people ask, they'd be like, okay, this is what she does, what he does. This is what yeah, what they're able to help with, and that will give them more clarity, and then check out your offer eventually. Lifestyle, this is more of something nice to have. And it humanizes your brand, not just sell, but also share a snippets of you and your family, you and your dog, your vacations, your coffee drinker or drink or tea drinker or matcha. Like people just like that kind of like relationship with you. This is where you build the relationship. I also started doing like kind of like I've been doing this like life update. People love a life update, even though so you kind of put yourself as a celebrity. That's why those reality show like people watch those because us human we are naturally bossy. We follow you for a reason. So when you can feed that desire that people did not ask for, people feel they're drawing that connection with you. So like once a while post like a story update, like life update. Oh, today I got coffee. I'm flying to Phoenix in two days. I'm gonna meet this person. I'm so excited. Have a great day. That's it. You're not selling, but you're just sharing what you've been up to. Okay. So that's ideally what I like to see when it comes to profile. Like these are the story bio, story highlights, and then also pin post. Um, Pin posts could be like when you reach a milestone, when you have a breakthrough, or maybe like a student win, or maybe another version of who am I or about me. Because the about me on story highlight, it's images, right? It's like a series of pictures. But this one, you can tell people a little bit more of you in a video format. Okay. Okay, so now, okay, I'm just gonna quickly go through some of the profile here that's submitted. So first thing first, I'm just gonna do it like Brock Johnson style. We'll take out some things on here, and this is just my recommendation, okay? So first off, and I will go with who I help, my credibility, and then call to action, as simple as that. And take out the categories if you can, or the creator category, the account category, simply because like you can mention it here. I do agree that like the title doctor just give you a boost of expertise, but I want you to specifically tell me what kind of doctor are you? Okay, and maybe another word for chronic disease, or like what do you specify? Because there's so many type of chronic disease. Maybe there's like one that you really specify. Um, and always ask like ChatGPT to simplify. Like you can literally copy the entire thing, make it more simplified to me because you want to use the word that people can understand right away. So for example, like if it's like a balloonist versus balloon artist. Okay, balloon artist will make more sense. Like people get it. Instead of I forgot a term. Instead of like the very big language of eye doctor, just say eye doctor. Yeah, something like that. Link in bio, make sure it's only two link or one link. And the call to action, I live healthier today doesn't tell me much what I would get from here. So if you can like say like get my freebie now, get my checklist to what's the benefit, get my checklist to get started on living a healthy lifestyle. That might be too long, but just make it short, punchy, and tell people when they click here, what do they get? Like what's the benefit from them clicking in? Okay. Uh, I would replace the dashes to emoji. Like I think a lot of people have done it like with emoji. I think that will be more catchy. Like again, like pictures, it's more tell more stories that way. And then state what your course is about. So self-wealth foundation, like I think it's very simplified, but it's good. I would say coaching. Oh, no, sorry, I meant this one. Coaching and courses for women ready to thrive. I think be more specific on what the course is about. And then thrive is a big word. So share what is the payoff. Okay, payoff means like the benefit. Is like again, like when I just say course, I'm like, if I'm just an audience, I'm like, okay, it's a course. I have to go through hours of training. But I like if you tell me the benefit, I'd be like, okay, this is the result I want to get. Let me check it out. Again, start here, share the benefits. Example, your free confidence boost guide or your free training. Join my 1,000 members in this group. We're all thriving together. things like that. Definitely add more story highlights and pin post when you can. Okay, so take out thread handle. Like unless you're trying to grow your thread account, I will say just take it out all at once. That's what Brock mentioned as well. Like we don't need that. You state your name once. Again, I think Trisha mentioned twice. Chatfield. Yeah, if you can mention once, I think that's fine. Oh, Chatfield Therapeutic. Okay, so I guess it's only mentioned once. That's fine. Or maybe take out the last name so that it's just Trisha. That's it. Will help credibility, call to action to book a free session with you. Again, like pointing it down, like for people to take action here. I would take out actually, I think it's fine. I think this is your practice. So people know like where you're located and get, yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. Nicholas, again, take out thread. If you don't need it, that's okay. Follow this format, credibility, who you help, DM, and then the link in bio and story highlights. Same thing for Flavi, who you help. Like a free guide, a cheat sheet, a benefit that people can get so that it's more enticing. Let me know if I'm lagging. I see that my internet connection, it's kind of wonky, but okay.
It does a little bit, but it's only for a minute amount of time, and then you pick back up.
Okay, perfect. Ima, I have you're doing great. You're awesome. So good job on that. Very straightforward. You have the line, the way that I liked, and then DM for the keyword for free plan. And I like Shred. It's just like it's very it stood out for sure. Sometimes like if you guys are wondering what is a fun keyword that you think it would be nice to include, just ask ChatGPT. Like, give me a fun keyword for my niche and state your niche. Ideally, just make it one word with that DM keyword. Don't because when it's two words, like people will mess it up, and you just don't want that. Nate, good job on this as well. I forgot to add, but like also follow the format. Unlock the strategy, speaker coach, marine license, NLP trainer. I was wondering the NLP side. I know it is a it's like a training, but a lot of people might not know like what's it about. If you can like specify, again, we're using dummy language on your bio so that people can straight away know like what you're coaching, what's it about. Okay, simple strategies to grow and scale. Love it. Same thing for Lindsay. Follow this format. We'll take out the thread if you don't need to. Yeah. And the other thing about link in bio, like if you can try to make it one line. For me, I'm looking through my phone, it goes to the second line. But ideally, you just want to make it one line after one line. Okay. So now I'm going to go over some of the most commonly asked questions regarding Instagram. So first one is how to increase engagement. So I'm going to say follow the TEI formula, which we went over on our last call. So trending, T stands for trending. Anything that's trending, and the way to kind of find out is just like when you scroll enough on social media. And when you scroll, right, scroll with intention. A lot of times we will get kind of like drawn and hooked into, oh, this is funny. And then an hour go by and you just wasted an hour. So make sure you're there to do the homework. You're there to work. So when you scroll, you will kind of identify, okay, what is like the trending topic? What is something that's engaging me? How can I repurpose with that type of content? And then I'm going to show you some example later. E is entertaining. So at the end of the day, when people spend time on social media, we turn off our brain. We just want to scroll for fun. We want to scroll for, not many people will scroll with the intention of learning something. But most of the time when people scroll, if they find it funny, they will engage, okay? They will share, they will like, they will save. So if you want to increase engagement, make sure you do content that's entertaining will get that kind of engagement for sure. I is inspiring. So this is where you share like transformation, your wins, students' wins, and transformation is more like where were you before and where are you now, and then leads to your core offer. Okay. So caption. Let's see if I can do a screen share real quick. Caption. This is where you can get it on story stickers. So when you go to okay, MacBook Pro. Hopefully this works this time. Okay, it's mirroring. So the way to build caption, right, is just when you, let's say I have this reel, I have, okay, this post. Actually, let me do this one. This is shorter. I'm just going to show you how to get the caption, closed caption. Okay. I was walking out of my office trying to, okay. I was walking out of my, I'm gonna, and then the way to find caption, just go to the right and then right here, closed caption. Click on it. And it's gonna take some time to load. And there you go. There you have it. My office trying to get more water. And then this is what I see. Okay, wait for it. I don't know. Okay, let me just show you at the end. Wait for it. Oh, that's Teddy. Okay. And you can also adjust like where you want it to place to be. You can, I like to use the second one. I think the rest is fine too, but I like, normally I go by this one, and you want to stick with your type of, like, people would know, like, let's say if I didn't even show my face at the beginning, people know, okay, this is, you want to build that brand, that familiarity, so people know like this is your brand. Don't change like different, try not to change different format if you can. This is what I usually go for. And the other thing is have the hook, right? This is just like something I do for fun. It wasn't the post that I was planning to post, but make sure have a hook. Like if you can do like a text on screen and kind of hook people in at the beginning, that would be great. A good content has two hooks, okay? A hook number one happening like the split second right now, the beginning of the content. Hook number two, maybe like 3 or 5 second in. So if you can achieve that, like, and then lead to people to core offer, that would be great, because again, like human attention span is so short. So if you can keep them engaged throughout one reel, that will be great. So like, can't believe this is happening. Okay. I just come up with this. It might not be the best hook, but you know, like, and then later on I can say like my coworker is not pulling off today. Like my coworker decided to leave me because he usually hang out with me in my office, but that's, yeah, that's how you can add caption and hook. Let's see. Okay, what was the second question? Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, green screen. Let's do a green screen exercise. The way to do green screen, I do it on TikTok. Okay. So I don't know if you can do green screen on Instagram. If anyone know, let me know. But I usually like to do it on TikTok. So let's say, so this is my TikTok account. What I would do is just click this plus button once you're in, and I will go all the way to the far left one, which is 10 minutes. And then from here, you have to search for the green screen. So one feature on TikTok is that once I start using the feature, it will pop out like the recommended sound for me. So it may sound really noisy, but I'm just gonna exit out right away. So I'm just gonna scroll all the way to the far left. Let's see. Then click on the search bar.
Fucking feel good.
About that. Yeah, so just from here, you search, and then you can search green screen. Green screen is fun because it's make it very engaging, and it allows you to talk about something that's happening, or maybe a reel that you came across, you want to talk about it, and you can choose green screen either for, this is image and this is videos. So let's choose the videos one. I'm gonna pick this one.
There's this quote that I
Okay, and let's see if I'm gonna go with this this video right here. Okay, and then you can select the length of it. Then what I did, I just click next, and now it shows in the green screen. So I can make it small.
Other things we've been
So
through,
what people usually do, so I'm just gonna click like record, like let's say if I'm doing like an
though
expression.
it's
So I just like,
I don't wanna talk.
okay, so that was me like recording an expression. Most of the time that's what we'll do with like green screen. What you can do too, if you just want to like talk over it, just go to your camera roll and turn off the audio by oh, I'm screen mirroring, so it's not sharing, but you can turn off your audio with from your album. Okay, I just show everyone my album. Hopefully there's nothing on there. But so and after this, what I like to do is I piggyback on like what I want to say after. So I would hit this button and then like save it, and then later on I will just do like a talk video over it. So this type of content is powerful because it's already performing well out there, and I just want to share with you my past two
come with me to buy
my past two content right about that. So this one that what went over earlier, I basically did a snap tick on getting that video and put it on here, and then I talk about why women should not go back to work after giving birth, because there's chemical bond between mom and their child. If women have to be forced to go back to work, we're going against human nature. So and then I talk about digital course and how you're able to work from home, and that's the lifestyle you can live. So this alone has over 77,000 views because the content is already working out there. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. And the other one that I created was this one. Was another account that I was already performing well. It's about, let's take a look actually.
That was such a powerful post. Sometimes I feel like women, especially moms, can literally do anything.
Okay, let me talk about this. So that was piggyback on already working content, and I talk about how women were just feel like we can do everything. It's actually not normal. Even AI told us too. And then um and then I then put into my offer. So I literally go through hook story offer, right? And the other thing is, you can always give like credits at the end to make sure that you call out whoever you found it first. There was one other thing I wanted to, yeah, but yeah, that's an idea of piggyback on already what's working. This is the one with green screen. Yeah, and as you can see, like most of the ones I have, it's performing better. 77,000 views. This one's only 8,000. The recent one's 10,000. This one 24. So that's just a sign, right? Like you want to use things that's already working out there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, if you guys have any questions, just raise your hand or virtual hand. We can get to it. Best way to attract ideal audience. Personally, I'll say just tell your story. Don't just tell in a simple way, but share your feelings. Because at the end of the day, you are your best ideal audience. You've been through what they've been through. You struggle. When you share your struggle, you share your pain points, they relate with that, right? And the reason why I was able to get my ideal audience is because of the story I told, like how I lost my job in the corporate world, and I was told to do this one thing, you know, go to school, get good grades, get a good job. I did all that, and I still feel like a failure because of like my being mistreated by my company. And telling your story, you can always come up with like few stories in your head so that whenever people come up with that objections, you'd be like, okay, that's a story I want to use. You get better at it too, especially when you go live. I do recommend going live like at least once a week on your social media platform because number one, that just like a way to nurture your audience, get new eyeballs. Number two, you get better at kind of presenting and telling your story. And then Trisha, yes.
Hey, Stephanie, I've noticed, at least on Facebook, that they're no longer storing lives. And so I wonder sometimes about the efficacy of doing live versus doing, you know, a reel or a pre-recorded video and uploading that. If they're not housing them anymore, what does that say about their strategy?
When you say story, as in like going live,
Yes, when you go live, Facebook will automatically delete that live. It's not like they live there, you know,
oh,
the way
interesting.
they used to, and therefore you're having to redo everything.
Does it allow you to download at all?
You can download, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's interesting. So one of the questions that Brock Johnson asked Adam Mosseri, well, specifically more on Instagram, like they have no plans on working on the live feature. So that's not something that they kind of prioritize. I feel like Instagram, Meta, they're all under the same company. So, but as long as you're able to download your live, you can still repurpose it on other account, other platforms, and I highly recommend it. Just because like you can grow on other social media platform as well. And depending on the platform, like different platform, it's like, for example, Instagram is a lot shorter when you post reels. So what you can do is to like cut off on the parts that are kind of like important, or someone asks you a question during your life, and then paste that snippet on your Instagram reel so that at least you can still repurpose content from there. But
So does Meta push the lives more so than pre-recorded video content like a reel?
I think yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not Meta. I know Instagram, like when you go live, they would like announce, like they will let your followers at least like, oh, so Trisha is going live now. I'm not 100% sure about Facebook. I feel like they would do the same,
They do.
but okay, perfect. So like that way they don't like push when you go live versus posting reels, the I feel like they push the content out there in different form, right? Like let's say if you're posting reels and people are able to rewatch, then you will get the engagement, you will continuously get the new eyeballs on it. Like if live you're not able to save it on Facebook after, then there's just like a one-time live and that's it. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you a better answer, but
That's okay. It's helpful. Thank you.
no problem. Okay, how to not spend hours on creating reels. Personally, I would say B-rolls content is the best. And what B-rolls is basically like when you're, let's say, strolling by the beach, hang out with your kids, and you're on a vacation, you just want to like share a snippet of it. Like that's B-rolls is the opposite of A-roll content. A-roll is like when you're looking at camera, teaching something. B-roll is basically, let's say I'm at the cafe, like typing, and that's like just a space, placing your camera on a side and just like shoot that B-roll content, and that's it. So one thing you can do though, how to not spend hours on creating reels. just don't spend too much time. Give yourself like a deadline. Okay, I'm gonna only spend like 20 minutes on putting this together and then edit it. And a lot of times when let's say scrolling with intention, right? And when you scroll, you also save. So let's see. Okay, let me share my screen to show. I'm gonna try to mute this real quick. Oh, I'm already on. So while scrolling, this is your explore page. Like this is where you can see content that will feed to you within your niche, something that you've engaged before. And I like this guy, and I actually save a lot of his content because he is growing fast and his content get a lot of likes. So I recently recreate one of his reel. And let's say if I like it, I'm just gonna tap this 3 dot and save it. And then immediately I get to save in different categories. Let's say I'm just gonna save on this one. And if I were to, in the process of creating a reel, so this is dedicate like 1 day of your time to kind of, I don't necessarily batch, but when I create content, I would try to create 2 or 3 content at the same time. So I don't need to like break my cycle of working and okay, I have to create content because I have to post at this time. So let's say if it's on a day that I'm going to create content, I'm just going to go to my save feature, everything that I've saved, which is right here. And so this guy that we just saved earlier is show up on here. So I posted a content this morning that is inspired by this reel. So actually not this one. Where did I? Oh, this one right here. Let me just share. So what I'm going to do is show you what he has on this one. And as you notice, when I'm going to click on it, it's all B-roll content. Okay. He's not facing the camera. He's basically just a footage of him and his surroundings. And that's it. It's the words on here, the text on screen that matters, that inspire people. Okay. So that was like a powerful post, over 10,000 likes. So I attempted to create something similar, and this is what I have. I think I think his niche is like faith, if I'm correct. And this is what I posted this morning. This one. So I use a different audio. But I give out the similar message and same vibe. Okay. So a little bit different, but like the same kind of feel, same kind of vibe. So that's the thing, right? Like when you scroll with intention, scroll like how this content, like when you scroll, so how that content inspire you and save it, and then later on, like you'd be like, okay, I have a ton of B-roll content. I can add on that with that message. And what's my offer? Like how can I tie it back to my niche? And at the end of the day, like the content, the footage itself doesn't have to make sense. What you can do after that, I can even talk about this. I can make this A-roll content. So this is me filming. Literally, let's do a practice right now. Like, okay, this is post, but so I can say something like, obviously a good hook. Okay, so let's just pretend. Okay. that one time I literally collapsed next to my bed because I felt like I was on a full-on panic mode because I lost my job. Everyone's going back after the holidays, they're going back to their corporate world, to their corporate job, and I felt like a loser. Imagine imagine being you're 70 years old, you have never traveled, you have never started a business you always wanted, you have never been able to visit your family overseas because you fear of starting something. I want you to think about this. The fear of failure, okay, I'll do the edit later, but instead of being afraid to start something, be afraid of being in the exact same position as you are today, a week, a month, a year from now. I started my online journey jumping in scared. I had no skills, no experience, no following. I started a brand new account. If I can do it, why can you? It takes one action. You just have to start. If you want to learn more, check out. If you're ready to learn more, comment oil and check out my free training. Okay. And obviously, right after this, what I can do is that one time I literally collapsed next to my bed the edit because I felt like I was on a full. Okay, so I had a verbal hook. Like one time I collapsed next to my bed. People be like, okay, what happened? Like she okay? You know, so that was my verbal hook. What I can add is a text hook. Uh, collapsing next to my bed, or I don't know, just like most that time I almost fainted. Okay, something like that. One tip is that when you have a hook or like a text, make sure it is center in the center instead of like this, because our human eye, when we scroll fast, we do not read from far left to far right. We read in the center. So try to make it like 2 lines if you want, so that people can read like just within the center. Make it easy for people. So then that's what I can do as a verbal and a text-based hook. And I will add the caption, you know, right here. The other thing you can do is to add image. Okay, pictures tells 1,000 words. If you can take a picture of I have like a picture of myself next to my bed in my apartment, so I can add that right here so that people see that, okay, it is like it's a proof. People can visualize they're actually there with you. And then let's see, if you want to cut it shorter, this is where you kind of like do the edits. If I want to cut this part, this is where I can make it shorter. And one trick is that when you say a word, let's say, imagine you never, you can even cut off the verb. Okay, imagine you net and then get to the second line, because again, human attention span is so short. You don't even need to finish the word, but people, at least they know what you're talking and it makes sense. You can cut off the last syllabus and then just like continue with the next line. Obviously, like when there's like a pause in between. And then at the end, the call to action, what I like to do is like common oil, right? Online Income Lab is my course. And that's like my call to action for people. And I would do like a yellow just so people can, just so it pops. Yeah, so, and immediately you will have two content. You have the B-roll and now you have an A-roll. And then if you can do this on emails too and put it in your email, maybe have a copywriter. What I like to do sometimes, I would like send the entire reel, like let's say this one, I send it to my copywriter. And if it's a good copywriter, they can basically make it as an email format for you to tell that story. Or maybe you can like just paste on ChatGPT, not the link obviously, but tell them, okay, I want to convert this on my email from my reel, and this is what's happening in my reel. Okay, all right, so that was the short tutorial. Okay, how to connect, build trust, and convert. So hook, story, offer, that's what I recommend. If you can, So hook, I personally find a very strong hook is when a content is already performing really well out there. We piggyback on that, just like what we went through, or you can just share a hook, like a verbal hook. Yeah. And remember, like try to hook people twice so that they don't just scroll away after that. Okay. So that was like most of what people asked, but I also want to go over some items that I did not paste it in there. So Lindsay was wondering, I want to show up as relatable and real on Instagram, but I'm not comfortable sharing much about my kids. What are the best ways to connect authentically and build trust without putting my family in the spotlight? I love this because I came from like the digital space, MRR space. I know there are accounts out there that are literally faceless. This lady was able to make over 7 figures with a faceless account, never share her face. But that's the thing, right? Like when it comes to faceless, it's just so tricky. I feel like you have to put an extra effort in telling your story and building that connection. So storytelling is definitely a key, and you don't need to share pictures or like of your kids, but people at the end of the day, they want to feel that they are in this journey with you. One thing you can do, let's see if I'm able to, actually, let me see if I can find this account. This is a really good one, faceless girl. Girl. So this is a faceless account, but the way she does an A-roll content in her faceless account, and the way she does it was she mosaiced her face. Oh, I'm not sharing. Give me 1 second. Oh, I'm sharing. Okay. That she mosaic her face like this. Okay, you can kind of tell like her figure, her person, like her hair color. But this one storytelling post she did was quite inspiring. Let me see if I can find. The other thing that she uses a lot, what we call is content bank. So I'm not a big fan of that because it's if this is if people who are interested in this type of niche, they will see a lot of this type of content out there because it's gathered from a content bank, which people can get it from Etsy. You can buy it for $7. So ideally, I would recommend post snippets of yourself. Like this is her. I could tell this is her. Like on a beach. Okay, this is her and her family. Yeah, her and her son, but she's not like sharing full picture or face. This is her mosaic, her face. Okay, this is what I want to share.
Happy December 1st. I just want to take you down memory lane for a moment.
Okay, before we move on to this, I want you to listen the visualization, the journey that she's taking through her audience. Like when she tells her story, you can literally picture yourself next to her. You can imagine yourself being her, going through the whole journey.
It was exactly 1 year ago, December 1st, I had hit my rock bottom in life. I literally felt that as I was putting air in a flat tire of my vehicle, and I had a literal rock in my knee. And I remember like the sun glaring in my eyes. And after filling up my gas in my car and pumping the air in my perpetual flat tire that I couldn't afford to fix, I was on my way to go work for a client. And this client would never pay me on time either. Moral of the story, after paying rent, I had less than $100 to my name December 1st, 2023. And as a 34-year-old, that sucks. I never wanted to be in that place again. And I feel like that pain, that little rock in my knee, was that irritation and that reminder that I needed to do something different. Everything I had been doing up until this point was no longer serving me. And so on December 6th, so 5 days from now, is when I started this faceless account. I had previously been doing digital marketing. I wasn't doing it right. So December 6th, I reopened a brand new account and I was like, let's show up in a completely different way. And committing to that version of myself that I knew was possible, I could see other people online doing it, has become possible. It is now almost 365 days since I opened that account. And from going from less than $100 in my bank to I've now generated almost 300K from showing up faceless in my sweatpants in the online space and learning to monetize my personality. So if you are ever considering getting started, stepping outside your comfort zone, let this be your sign. You can change your narrative at any point. You can still remain in your comfort zone and find ways to show up and step outside in it and make an impact. If you have any questions about getting started, my DMs are always open, but do not let another year pass you by where you are posting or even spending time on this app for free. Learn to invest your time.
Okay. So I love that because she literally she did a good job on describing the situation she was in. Okay, the rock, she literally felt it on her knee, the sun glaring, she had to get the tire fixed that she couldn't even afford, and she had to always just get new air in there. Going to the client who would never pay her on time. She did a really good job on explaining her feel, and I like people are definitely feeling that they are there with her, feeling that whole journey, the struggle. And then she go through like the transformation she did, like what she found, like her epiphany, and then she led on to her result. One thing I would feel like she would even kill it to improve her engagement is to comment the keyword instead of having people to DM her. Because when people DM, when you ask people to comment the keyword here, okay, first off, people left amazing comments to her. Second off, when she asked people to comment the keyword, that will boost the engagement, right? Because like the algorithm will feel like, okay, this is the content getting a lot of engagement, let's push it out even more, because this content itself is very powerful. So yeah, I definitely feel it is possible to do that with a faceless account. Okay. Let me go to the next question. From a practical point of view, what is Instagram algorithm looking for now, and how can I work without feeling like I'm constantly chasing trend? I don't have the answer for that. If I have an Instagram algorithm hack, I won't be here. And I would definitely share with you all the secrets. So the algorithm keeps changing. I think at the end of the day, it's posting something that's converting for you, telling your story, TEI, trending, entertaining, inspiring. Those are the ones that will give you the engagement, right? What is the right balance between reels, carousel, posts, and stories? If I want to grow and stay visible, but still keep it sustainable and aligned with my brand. So if you're in a growing phase, I would say post 3 to 4 times if you can. That's what I advise my students. But at the end of the day, okay, when I said 3 times a day, most of the time people will be like, that's a lot. But I would rather do this 6 times a day than being stuck in commute, going back to my 9 to 5. So let that sink in. The second thing is, if 3 times a day, it's too much to you that you feel like it's not sustainable, you're going to burn out. Just once a day. Do once a day, because I know a lot of people have a full-time job, family to care, and then starting a side business, growing an account. It's a lot. But maybe on some day, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Some days just post twice a day. And then just gradually grow from there, right? Like you definitely have to slap it on your schedule. Whenever you create a content, try to do 2 at a time. Okay, 2, 3 at a time. So at least like that's your way of batching. Okay, so that next time you will have, okay, you don't have time to create, you just have something that's ready that you can add it and then post it right away. Reels is great for gaining followers. Posting carousels is great for nurture your existing followers, no doubt. And I tested this a couple times. I have this one post is, I think it was like, it's actually just like a post. I have a bunch, I think it was this one. Yeah, this is a post. This is a carousel, right? Great engagement. I think I've gained, let me see if I can pull out the insights. great engagement, right? I have over 2,000 likes. Almost most of them, it's my followers. Okay. This is me. And that's okay. I'm nurturing them. Okay. I'm selling my offer. And I gained 11 followers out of that, which is not bad, but just keep in mind, when you post and carousel, that's when you time to nurture. You're posting reels is when you gain followers. What are the best ways to use Instagram to nurture existing warm leads, not just attract new ones? Post, or carousels. Is it worthwhile to get meta verified? What are the benefits? I was meta verified once or twice. And then someone was like trying to hack my account. And then I just didn't get it after that. And then I heard some people, when they got meta verified, their account get banned. I don't know. And at the end, I'm just not going to do it. So I think it's good if you are, let's say like you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, yeah, you want to show that this is your account. And if you're getting a lot of people impersonating you, I think it will be good. I think those are the benefits. I'm a transformation-based fitness coach helping high performance build sustainable health ecosystem. I capture real insights after client check-ins, but need help understanding the Instagram meta, how to shape emotionally rich content so it lands. Here's a real post. Oh, right here, let's take a look. And here's a full contact, my deeper question. Okay. So let's take a look right here. Okay. Iman. Okay, let me replay and then.
Any of you are stepping the scale and you're not happy with the results? The contingency plan I created with my clients, if they were to aggressively lose fat, okay? But let's say 1 week they didn't lose 2 pounds of fat like we expected, and they lost 1 pound of fat. Is that failure? No, they're just going a little slower. So it's the medium speed. And if they lost 0.5 pounds of fat, is that failure? No, they're just going slow speed. So when you start to design plans where you have contingency plans, fast, medium, slow, like a video game, you don't kick yourself when you're making progress, because it's all about the expectations you set on yourself. So when you're starting any new objective, give yourself that flexibility. So you take life week by week, because we all go through seasons of life. Don't take it so hard-coded. And then when you see any progress, you accept it. Hey, if any.
I love it. I think you have a.
You are stepping on.
I think you did a good job on calling out what are people struggling, right? At the beginning.
The scale and you're not happy with the result.
You step on scale and you're not happy with the result. So many people on like their weight loss journey have that kind of issue. So you calling out specific target audience. One thing I would note is
that you're getting. Look at this.
This part. For me who are not in the health niche or have like maybe semi-interested, but I obviously want to be healthy, look fit, everything. But this, in the first few seconds, I don't understand what this is. Ideally, I would say like if you can share, I mean, this is a good post itself and like sharing progress and like the mindset that you need to have in order to get to your goal. Maybe another post could be like a transformation journey so that you can give like that shocking effect to your audience, right? So good hook. I can't see the chart or don't know what that means. Like most people would kind of like, it will take them like a few seconds to finally understand what this is about. If you can show like clients' results, like the shocking effect, and then tell the story how this person, it took them this like kind of long to get here, but at least they got here. Right? I think that will be a more powerful, and when you share image of the transformation, that will bring out the more like wow effect. And then make sure you have a call to action, because that's a really good post itself. Just like maybe call to action to your lead magnet, to your free checklist, your ebook, things like that. Okay. How to effectively create video content for Reels without spending hours doing the editing portion of it. So I would say like video content is great. Secondly, when you create content, try to like mini batch, I call it, like try to do 2, 3 at once. And then later on when you have the time about to be the posting time, you sit down and edit it. So you don't feel like, oh, you have to scramble, I have to record, I have to edit, I have to do the caption and all this stuff, the lighting. So yeah, I do believe that when you be strict on yourself on posting consistently, that allows you to grow. Like 3 times a day on the, if you can play around with the timing, like let's say like 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then 6 p.m. I think that will give you more opportunity to, more data to analyze and like figure out, okay, are these timing good for me to grow? Or would this work? Or like if you feel like it, and then another week you can try like maybe just posting on another time for to try that out. Okay. All right. I think that's what I go through. Any questions? I'm trying to look through the chat box. If there's any questions, let me know. Okay.
Steffi, that was amazing. Like, oh my gosh, so freaking amazing. Thank you for that. Let's see, Trisha does have a question. Do you feel it's worthwhile to use editing software like Filmora?
Not familiar with that. I think you can edit everything on the native platform itself. I also heard someone said that this could be like a thing that if you're able to edit everything within the native platform, the platform like even more so that it will push your content out more that way. Okay, I see some.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing that because I have heard that as well, and I was wondering if that's really true. We do. I love that you said that. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna mute myself, and then you can take care of Neiman.
Yes, Iman.
Thank you for the feedback. That was really helpful, and even the stuff we were saying earlier about the hook and stuff. I was already thinking about how I could apply this to the video. Would it be? Do you think the story element can't really be overused? Like even for the video I was just talking about with the slow, medium, fast, like I feel like I could have gone deeper into maybe the story of the client's experience or maybe my own anxiety stepping on the scale instead of just like, yeah, I guess a little deeper. I'm just curious if you noticed the same.
Definitely. If you can tell a story, that would be great. Story and picture. I think that will be transformative because like again, like picture speak 1,000 words. And actually let me do one thing real quick because I wanna share with you if you ever wonder how people are able to say like let's telling a story and then all of a sudden there's in between have a cut of them of like a B-roll or maybe like a client's transformation. So let me share my screen. And I also, one app that I would use outside of Instagram and TikTok is CapCut, just because it's very easy to use. And this is the one feature that I use on CapCut, which is the volume adjustments. Because whenever I record on TikTok and then I try to repurpose on Instagram, the volume goes down. And even when I max out the audio on Instagram, it's still very low. So I would go to CapCut to kind of raise the volume. But the other tool I like on CapCut is, let's say, actually, let me just let's say I'm recording something, and then in this section, I'm gonna say from here to maybe right now, I want it to be a cut of like me on a vacation. So let's say if I go to new project, I upload this one. What you can do, let's see. Let's say I'm recording, okay. And then in this section, I'm gonna say from here. So from here, I'm just gonna do a split to maybe right now. I want it to be a cut now. Okay, right now. So what I'm trying to do is just, oh, actually, sorry, I forgot to do one thing. So I basically want to keep the original audio, but I want to cut that section. So what I'm doing right now is I extract the audio first. So you can go to the far right here that says extract audio. And then the audio is extract. In this section, I'm gonna say from here. And then from here to cut to maybe right now. And then I just click on this to hit replace the entire overlay right here, the replace. And I'm just gonna pick a video of me like on vacation, library, oh no, recent video, photos, no. Okay, maybe like me on vacation on like, let's say, okay, but you get the gist. Okay, maybe this one. So I'm just gonna load and they will give you like which section. Okay. And then I think this, you can mute the volume itself. To this section, I'm gonna say from here to maybe right now, I want it to be a cut. Okay, like I don't know, that might not be like the best example, but what I'm trying to do is like, you know, when people can talk over a video and it's like a completely video, it kind of like replace that. That's this, if you're able to use the right kind of content, it's powerful. And I have some content that convert really well because of that, like talking over video. Okay. Okay, so let me get to Nate. Hi, Nate.
Hey, I had to find my mouse. It was somewhere on my screen. I had to bring it back. So, one, thank you for this. I think we're all extremely grateful. Even like what you just showed was something I didn't know how to ask the question around of how you do that, where it's like in video B-roll with the auditory still going over it. Like, so that was great right there. So my question is, do you have any opinion, and maybe it's not necessarily opinion, it's just a fact, of using schedulers to pre-schedule out your content, whether that's a scheduling platform or that's using a scheduler, but using the one that's native to the platform? Because I've heard that if you use a platform that's outside the main platform using a scheduling software, it's going to diminish your reach. But if you use the native scheduling, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. It could affect your reach if you use something outside of the platform itself. And Instagram, there's a schedule post like right on your reel that you created before you post, just like scroll down and that's like a schedule posting. And I use it a lot when I was traveling in Southeast Asia and I was trying to get like stick with my regular posting time. So that's a big help for sure.
Okay.
No problem. Awesome. Okay. Debbie, question: do we need iPhone 16 in order to mirror to Zoom like Steffi? I don't think so. I think all app or iPhone should be able to. It's funny, I couldn't figure out at first, so I had to like call Apple support because I even downloaded a software just so I can mirror, and then the Apple support was like, you don't need that. You can do it all within the Apple itself. It's an Apple thing.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Did I answer all questions, Colin? Actually, can you mirror on your phone?
I think so. I think that does anyone else have a question or comment? Anyone have a question or a comment for Steffi?
Okay.
No?
I want to take a quick video with y'all. So if you guys can share your beautiful faces and just smile and wave, that would be awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. This is so fun. I am honored and I feel so loved, and I feel like you guys are such a good listener and ask great questions. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I hope to see you in June.
We hope to see you too, Steffi. Thank you for everything. Lindsay, can you stay on the call for 2 minutes? Lindsay, can you stay on Zoom for 2 minutes? Anyone else is welcome to as well, but I have to ask a quick question to Lindsay.
Guys, have a good
Bye,
one.
Steffi. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. Great to see everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, recording. So I need to, okay, I need to, I guess, oh shoot, are all the note takers on here? Wait a second. Stop AI companion features. Stop. Okay, I've never done this. So now everybody's, maybe we have to log off, Lindsay, because it
They're
looks
still
like
recording.
everybody's recording. Hold on one second. What, we might have to.
Do you want to call me on WhatsApp?
Yes, I will call you on WhatsApp. Let's do that.
All right.
Okay. I'll call you in I'll call you in just like a minute.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.